If you are a gun owner and you live in the Middleville, Irving area in Michigan, in House District 79, you need to listen to this video very quickly about your upcoming Michigan House race, okay? I'm gonna jump right into this. The November 5th general election is here, you guys. It's almost here, and we have a choice to make. Who's gonna represent us at the Capitol? You certainly have a choice in House District 79. I'm Ben Dorr, Executive Director with the Michigan Firearms Association. And before this video is done, you're gonna know the facts about your two candidates in this race. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. We're gonna jump right in, all right? Follow along, we'll be very quick. First, we're gonna talk about Angela Rigas. She is your current state representative. And if you know Angela, you know that she has been a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. So from our perspective and from our experience, first you should know that she did fill out the Michigan Firearms candidate survey, Michigan Firearms Association candidate survey, 100% pro-gun. Again, not a surprise for the gun owners who know her. But more than that, far more than a promise on paper is a promise delivered, okay? And she delivered with a pro-gun record, 100%. That means she voted no on red flag gun confiscation, red flag gun seizure laws, we call them. They're now the law in the state of Michigan. And some Republicans voted for it, along with the Democrats. Angela was not one of them. She voted no. She voted no on the gun registration bill. Same thing. Terrible bill, terrible law, nothing more than a gimme, nothing more than points in the pocket of Gretchen Whitmer, right? But again, Angela voted no, not gonna happen. She voted no on gun lockups. Again, there were Republicans voting with the Democrats on this bill. Angela said no, not gonna happen. She voted no on this legislation. Frankly, Angela has been a champion of Second Amendment rights at the Capitol in Lansing in her time there, and that's why Angela has earned an A rating from the Michigan Firearms Association. All right, that's the information we have on her. Now we're going to jump over to Jason Rubin. But before we get there, I just want to say, if you see Angela out on the campaign trail, thank her for being publicly pro-gun, for not shying away from the issue like so many have done. And when you go out to vote, whether you do early voting or you do voting day of, either one works for me. Just vote pro-gun, vote in favor of your Second Amendment rights, because the Second Amendment is what we're all about here. Now, the first thing you should know about Jason Rubin is that he refused to fill out his Michigan Firearms Association candidate questionnaire. Now, one of the biggest issues that the left is pushing in Lansing is a total ban on AR-15s and hundreds of different rifles, different firearms. They call it an assault weapons ban. It's not. It's a ban on commonly owned hunting rifles and the like. Now, because District 79 is such a conservative district, you see this every single time. Jason is the Democrat running to be your next state representative. And what do? They try to draw this middle ground line, right? I'm going to be the one pro-gun Democrat who goes up there and fights for the Second Amendment. But it doesn't happen. It has not happened. These people are all walking in total lockstep with party leadership in voting for red flag gun confiscations, statewide gun registration, and mandated gun lockups. And that's why we're convinced that Jason Rubin would be a yes vote on an AR-15 ban. Now, he's got a picture on his website of him holding a rifle, and they do that every time, right? Oh, we know somebody who has a rifle, and we're going to do a quick poser picture. We're seeing this with Tim Walz out of Minnesota right now, right? He's out hunting, can't run a shotgun, right? We see this every single election cycle. But he'd be a yes vote on this legislation. Jason Rubin. Now, here's the other thing. There's a big push in Illinois, in Washington State, in New York, and others for ammo registration. It's the next big thing, right? For the last 10 years, Democrats all across the country, the big push has been red flag gun confiscations and universal background checks. That and safe storage, mandated gun lockups. That's been the big push. And they've gotten that in a lot of states. Michigan, unfortunately, has those laws on the books. Minnesota went blue the same time Michigan did. They have red flags now. They have universal background checks. Many of these blue states now have it. And so the left is going, all right, what's the next step? And the next step is ammo registration. They want to make it so when you walk into your local gun store and pick up a box of 22 shells or a box of birdshot because you're going to go do some skeet shooting, you need to fill out a government form to Dana Nessel telling her that you bought this ammo. And all of that stuff is going to go into a list, and they're going to track everybody. We're convinced that Jason Rubin would be a yes vote on this legislation. And magazine bans. They want to ban 30-round magazines. They want to ban 20-round magazines. Hell, they want to ban 10-round magazines and push us back to the Stone Age of revolvers, which, as everybody knows, are not nearly as safe to shoot as modern pistols. He'd be a yes vote on this. At the end of the day, Jason Rubin would be an enemy of the Second Amendment if he made it up there. Now, we've seen in rare cases, if the left has enough votes to get gun control passed without needing the votes of maybe some of their more rural pro-gun district Democrats, then the party leadership will allow them to vote no, just to maintain those credentials. So the left gets the bill passed, but they protect their swing district or conservative pro-gun district Democrats from having to vote for the bad gun control. Either way, the left gets it passed. The left gets it passed if they have the votes to get it done. And that's why Jason Rubin is rated F with the Michigan Firearms Association. If any of these, in his mind, are completely inaccurate to how he would actually be, he should have filled out the candidate questionnaire. If he's truly pro-gun, if he'd be a defender of the Second Amendment, and that would probably make him the only Democrat defender of the Second Amendment, he should have filled out his Michigan Firearms Association candidate questionnaire, but he refused to do so. And that's why he is rated F. Guys, that's the information we have in the Michigan House District 79. All I ask is that you bring your friends, your family, your neighbors, everybody you know who's of voting age, bring them to the polls and vote pro-gun. Vote pro-Constitution. Vote like a patriot. Let's take our state back.